Hello. I do want to thank you for coming today. We are having a problem with the mic, so hopefully it will work. Thanks for attending today, our quarterly membership luncheon, which is the TISTA Season 2 of Giving. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Linda's for all the food. I always enjoy her food. Make sure you check her place out and go there and eat for lunch or breakfast. Today I am introducing Greenville Family Theater. So they are going to be entertaining us for a few minutes. Yes, give a great big thank you to Greenville. Thank you so much. Just want to let you know that GEUS is our video live stream sponsor today. The luncheon is being recorded, so be on your best behavior. I also want to say thank you to our best employees, Lonnie, Lindsay, and Daniel. Don't forget to reach out to them if you have any questions about your membership or in need of advertising or marketing. Before we begin, before we recognize people in the room, our ambassadors, we're going to be introducing new members to the chamber. So could you come forward, the ones that are introducing? Okay.
Welcome, everyone. Good to have you here. Today we have a new company that's in town, it's called Everest. I'm David Ellis with Greenville Board of Development and other organizations, and I just want to introduce Everest Mark. Would you stand up? Jed Val Basal. There he is. He's new to the chamber, and he's got a gas station and a food display out, and his location is 5552 Highway 224 in Greenville. So go out and visit him and give him some business.
I'm David Sickles with Insurance Group of North Texas. I am an ambassador now for about 4 years, I think, to the Chamber, which is an awesome place to get involved in. That's all I'm going to throw out there. Bo Jones, would you please stand up? Bo Jones is the owner, sole proprietor of Costless Containers. They're out by Rings Grocery. Everyone knows where that is, so they're pretty much on the corner of 1564 and 34. They are shipping containers. They will deliver them to your yard, your business, or whatever if you need to store something. I said, I wish I'd have known that a year ago when a 5-week storage shed turned into a 14-week storage shed. So you can rent these containers. They're average. They have a whole bunch of them. They take them, deliver to you, and pick them up. 8x20s, $125 a month, and 8x40, $250 a month, and that's sitting in your own yard. He's been in business he's been here since 2017, in business since 2017, but has been in Greenville for 18 years. He is a brand new member to the Chamber. Y'all welcome Bo Jones.
Hi y'all, I am Katie Ridge. I own Cornerstone Insurance. I'm an independent agent representing almost all of the Medicare companies out there. I have spent the last 7 weeks keeping scam artists from getting a hold of our community members here, which is why I look this way, and it's also why I didn't think to ask your names. So I'm going to have you stand up and say your own names. I am here. We've got a new chamber member, the Dream Ranch Events. Please tell us who you are. We are so excited to have you guys here. Let me tell you a little bit about them. They have a 36-acre venue in Wolf City for weddings. So one of the things that you can do is hold weddings there, and they have an indoor barn that is 9,000 square feet. They have multiple locations for outdoor weddings, including a nice, beautiful wooded area. They have a large house for overnight guests, so if you've got guests coming in, they have a location there where they can stay. They are also open for parties, so any kind of parties, if you want to host like an event for your business or family members there, maybe a reunion. They are Christmas stuff. They're probably already booked up, but if not, they'll be happy to book you. They are open to negotiate the fees for those businesses. And right now they are booking 25% off. They're giving 25% off if you book like a wedding for 2023. So make sure to go and get one of their very beautiful brochures and check that out, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Katie Williams with GEUS, and it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you today Brenda and Chris with Walmart. Walmart's a huge partner in our community with 2 locations. Chris is the Hopkins County representative, and Brenda represents Hunt County. So you guys welcome them to the chamber.
Hello. I'm Jason Carpenter with Glassons.com, Greenville Chamber Ambassador, quick plug here, GYP. If you got names out there around 21 to cut off 39, please let them join us. Thank you for being here with the Greenville Chamber. Really quick, I've got a Rahul Vasudeva, if I'm saying that correctly, but he says his friend's on Raj, so can we all just call him Raj real quick? Welcome, Raj. He does voice trucking solutions, so basically that's going to be transportation logistics. He's been doing that for roughly 8 years, and then about, I think that's 25 years in commercial insurance. It's truck equipment repair, recovery, truck storage, significant maintenance and development, and supply chain specialists, and I feel you there. So just welcome, Raj, and thank you. I hope all of you on the end of that, all of you new members continue to come back out and support us and be a part of this community. Because it's an awesome community. I just moved here. That's how dedicated I am, y'all. So keep coming. I want to see all of y'all in more. Thank y'all.
Well, it's me again. I know Shelley was sitting back here praying and hoping that her mic worked because he thought she would call Kevin Lynn, please come up and yell all day. Just a joke, that's just my thing to myself, because everybody says I talk too loud. Bo Jones, please stand up again. Bo Jones is sitting in for his wife, Kelly. First, I want to tell you a little bit about him. He retired working for McKinney Trailer and Truck Rentals, semis and trailers and stuff. He did that for a long time just as an employee. He finally, I guess, quit that job, thought he'd semi-retire. Well, we think it's retired the first time. Semi-retired, after 2 years, you kind of get bored, there's nothing else to do. So he bought this business that he's in, the Cost Plus Container. Well, everybody kept asking him, we don't want the container on our lot, we want it on your lot. So how could we do that? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this, his wife, Kelly actually, so he's sitting in for her right now. Texas Container Self-Storage. It is airtight containers. They don't have doors that mice and bugs and snakes and varmints and spiders and all those other things can get in. They are airtight, watertight, and you can rent them and they're on his lot. And so it is like a storage unit, but I hope there's no storage unit people in here today. But if you're in a metal storage building and the person next to you has gas and diesel and other things in their storage and you have your couch and your mattresses and stuff, it will absorb those smells. His is airtight, you guys. Go see him at Texas Container Self-Storage, right next to Cost Less Containers. Welcome again, Bo and Kelly.
So I hope you welcome them and introduce yourselves at the end of our event today. I'm going to continue with recognizing people in the room before we begin, and so I do always do our chamber board members. So please wave or stand or something when I call your name. So Katie Ridge with Cornerstone Insurance, David Ellis with Greenville Board of Development, Holly Gray with Century 21 First Group, Bonnie Stewart with Hunt Regional Healthcare. See, my next people, Mamie Stewart with the Hometown Group, Trina Coldiron with Senior Center Resources and Public Transit, David Wiley with Century 21 Patterson Agency, Miranda Spencer with American National Bank, Greg Sims with Greenville Board of Development, Mayor Jerry Ransom with the City of Greenville, and Jason Carpenter with Latsons.com. Our chamber ambassadors that are here today, Sheila Ellis with Altrusa, Amy Williams with GEUS, Rose Hayden with Hunt Regional Healthcare, Deanna Bates, Terry Driggers Real Estate, she lives out in the foyer, Trina Coldiron with Senior Center Resources and Public Transit, you will see some of these names several times, Casey Ralston with At Home Texas Real Estate, Eddie Ridge with Cornerstone Insurance, Debbie Sickles with Insurance Group of North Texas, John Thomas with Galleon Insurance, Haley Wooten was outside in the foyer with Kinsey Abstract and Sabine Title, Harry Giroux with Hancock Whitney was also out in the foyer, Roxanne Turner with Turtle Creek Financial, David Wyland with Century 21 Patterson Agency, Karen Clark with Altrusa, Jason Carpenter with Latsons.com, and is Natalie here? Okay. We also have, as you mentioned, as Jason mentioned a while ago, we have our Greenville Young Professionals Alliance. So they are here. I always recognize them. John Thomas with Galleon Insurance is here. I think that's all that's here because Chris is not here. Oh, Laura Ashley, I do have you on the list. Laura Ashley with Remax 3D Real Estate. And then we have Daniel and Lindsay, our two employees that are also in the GYP, and Daniel is going to come up here and say a few words right now.
Hello, beautiful people. How y'all doing? So I'm gonna have my other GYP members come up. Come on up. You too, floor, Ashley. So, I'm here to talk to you about the pie wrapper. And we have 4 different flavors you can choose from: apple, pecan, sweet potato, and pumpkin. What better way around the holiday time to give somebody a gift of pie? You know, they say food makes people happy. So, food is always a good way to get people happy. And also, not only that, we have these awesome prizes that our GYP members so graciously donated. So we have box drop mattresses that donated a $500 gift card when you purchase anything over $7.99 for mattresses and over $14.99 for living room furniture. Then we have a special Princess Party by Christina, and it's a lot of stuff here. She said she apologized for making it too long. But then you have Pettit Coast Landscaping that donated 4 free lawn services up to half an acre. Out there that you can clients you give away to. We also have more food, tasty brisket, and at the GYP, we believe that we have a lot of movers and shakers, like-minded individuals, and we use this fund for networking events to help recruit more people for our networking, for our organization, and also doing more tours, just to continue to build out the organization. And our goal is to also eventually give back. And if you guys have any ideas on how you think you might give back once we raise more funds, we're welcome. Do you guys have anything to say?
Yeah, touch on the world. Christina, that's a really good program because it's for the kids. She dresses up like princess. She has over 30 or 40 character actors with her. She comes, she'll sing, she does a princess, does all the good stuff. So it's really good if you have young children. I definitely recommend it.
And the deadline for those pies is December 12th, and pickup is from the 19th to the 24th at the Johnson Street, the Smokehouse and Market, right there next to the chamber. So, just in time for the holidays. I know y'all have employees, you know, you can buy a pie and spread joy, and also get a chance to win one of these awesome prizes. So, thanks for your time, y'all. Have a blessed day. Laura Ashwood mentioned we also have the flyers in Spanish if you need that as well. So.
It's a QR code, so you can use your phone right now to order it. One pie gets you 4 raffle tickets. I don't know if he said that part. All right, I do have a few members here with homecoming leadership today. We'll be graduating in June of 2023. So Aaron Clark is here with Alliance Bank. Bonnie Stewart with Hunt Regional Healthcare. Laura Ashley with Remax 3D, Dennis Carpenter with Wildcatter Developers, and David Wyland with Century 21 Patterson Agency. Our business investors that are in the room today: L3 Harris, Quality Care ER, they're both platinum level. Alliance Bank is on gold level. Our silver level is Money, Law, and Title, Cornerstone Insurance, Hunt Regional Healthcare, GEUS, Kinsey Abstract and Sabine Title, Atmos Energy, Alltams, Builders Plus, and American National Bank. Bronze level that's here today is At Home Texas Real Estate, One Stop Trucking Solutions, Remax 3D Real Estate, Wildcatter Developers. The Greenville Board of Development is in the house today. We have David Ellis, Holly Gray, and Greg Sims standing right back there. The City of Greenville, we just had our Mayor Lee, Jerry Ransom, and our Mayor Pro Tem, Terry Thomas. They had to get to a meeting. We have City Council Kristen Washington right here, and Kenneth Freeman. We also have Greenville ISD School Board, Bonnie Stewart. And we have a superintendent here today from Bowles ISD, Michael Goff. We have several nonprofits in the room. Rafa Clinic, the Rotary Rotary Satellite Club, the Salvation Army, United Way, Altrusa International, Hunt Regional Healthcare Foundation, Senior Center Resources and Public Transit, CASA, Hunt County, Audie Murphy American Cotton Museum, and the Veterans Outpost. I'd like to give a shout out to my good friend, Amy Melton. She and her husband own Ride's Air Conditioning. Did she walk out? She's missing it. She's also a teacher at Bowles ISD and has been teaching for 28 years. She has brought her career prep class, and these students attend class each day to learn work skills, interview techniques, work ethics, and more, and then are required to work a minimum of 15 hours a week. So could the class please stand to be recognized? You'll have to tell us in a minute. We're going to hear from our sponsors at this time, and without their generosity, our quarterly luncheons would not be possible. We have Brent Money here today with Money Law Firm, who is our advertising sponsor. It's Money Law Title.
Thank you very much. Just a couple of things I want to talk to you about today. First, I'll talk about us, and I'll talk about you. So we're Money Law and Title. We're a law firm and title company here based here in Greenville. We have offices in Sulphur Springs, Emory, Sherman, Prosper, and opening next month in Terrell. So we are growing. We have attorneys that, like myself, that specialize in real estate, business law, and wills and probate. We have been, I guess, voted by the public as the best attorney, best law firm, and best title company in town for the last few years. We thank you for that. But I also just wanted to talk to you about what it means to be a member of the chamber, what it means to support local businesses, local chamber businesses. We got, the economy is tightening for everybody. When you do business with people in this room, people who are in this community, then they can do business, they have money to do business at your company. And so when you're looking to, let's say, buy a house, there's a lot of great realtors in this room. There's a lot of great lenders in this room. There's also lenders and realtors you can find on Google. That's fine. But the lender or realtor you find on Google, and you close a title company in the Metroplex somewhere, they are not going to, they and their employees can't buy your products and your services. And they and their employees aren't going to contribute sales tax to this community. We're not going to be able to support the great nonprofit organizations that we're here to honor today. And so I think it's always good to remember what being a part of the community is. And every time we get a chance to spend our money, we work hard for, and we want to save as much as we can, just like everybody else. But sometimes that pay a little bit more. Sometimes it's more. Sometimes the people close are less. but sometimes, even if you do have to spend a little bit more to keep it local, it's going to come back around too, in a lot of different ways, and especially in the ways that we're honoring here today. So whether you close my title company or one of the other ones around town, whether you use these great realtors or use somebody in town. And if you don't know who to use, and you're just completely, boy, I don't know who to use, we have a chamber directory. And the chamber directory will at least give you a list of people to start with. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Money, Law, and Title. I'd like to introduce Byron Prince with Quality Care ER, and they are the main course sponsor today.
All right. Good morning. So thank you all for having us out today. And I'm having Byron Prince from the Executive Vice President of Quality Care ER. We're a 24/7, 365-day a year emergency department right over here off Mount Stratton. And so we have got two facilities. One is in Paris, Texas. We've been operating up there for going into our 5th year. And here in Greenville, we just were very welcome to the community and by the chamber and several people in this room. And so really, what I'd like to do is really talk about a couple of things, what we do as services, right, but then also the things that we do for the community itself. So, the big thing that we really try to strive to do is understand and have a lot of the information shared with you all at different levels, from social media, from face-to-face. So relationship building is very important to us. And so really one thing that we would like to do is offer at any point, anybody can come out, visit with us at any time. But really the big thing too that we want to make sure is that we are open for business, and we have a lot of emergency physicians that are board certified in emergency medicine. And so we operate at a level where it is more patient-centric driven, and so where we are actually more patient-driven with decision-making in healthcare, and also services that we provide from transportation out to higher level of care, but also in our inpatient, our overnight stay. So we do short stays as well. Our goal is to try to help people get well, get quicker, and get educated right as far as the disease process and kind of the next steps and everything in that regard. So one thing that we do also do as well is kind of giving back into the community and being able to be a partner with local businesses as well as patients and things like that. So aside from the education, from the quality of care that we provide, but also the patient responsibility side, right? So healthcare is very expensive these days, and so one thing that we try to do is give back to our, what we call our civil service program, and so from teachers to law enforcement agencies, things like that. So we have a committee that we all serve on, and so we actually help more with your patient responsibility when it comes to finances and things like that. So that's something that we actually hold near and dear to that. And so one thing that we all try to do, right, is we try to save money where we can, right? So we try to help individuals and things like that. But I think the biggest thing here is that we want to make sure that you all know that we are here, we're part of the community, and we want to kind of be able to help everyone for any need that you have. So I appreciate the time today being here, and don't please let us know if you have any questions. And thank you all. The Chamber, I'm a part of the Chamber Board in Lamar County. I live in Paris, and so it's really great to see the growth that you all are having down here. I think it's fantastic. So a lot of good work and effort that you all have is really shown here today. So thank you all for letting us be a part of the community, and love to see you all soon.
Thank you, Byron. And there's Amy right there. We just talked about you, but you had stepped out for a moment. So she's the teacher at Bullseye C that brought the students. All right, so on with our program. So the Chamber does the annual auction and casino event every year. It's one of our main fundraisers. And through this fundraiser, we donate a portion of the proceeds back to one of our 501c3 members. That's a really big thing to me, is giving back. So last year, the Greenville Chamber awarded the Rotary Satellite Club of Greenville to help end human trafficking as a nonprofit of the year. Their 3 missions include: 1, to educate our community on the impact that human trafficking already has in our area. Number 2, to provide resources and training to recognize the signs of human trafficking to local law enforcement, school districts, and community members. And 3, to provide victims with the resources needed to heal and move forward. So their hope is that with every small step forward, they are one step closer to eradicating human trafficking locally and around the world. This year, we had 9 wonderful nonprofits from Hunt County that applied for the funds from the auction. These funds have to be used for a program, a project, or a capital campaign, and in some way, this project has to impact the community. We had 3 board members meet and decide which nonprofit would win. So today, we're going to hear from 4 of the 9 that applied, and to find out what their nonprofit does and works towards throughout the year. So first up will be Susan Lanning. with the Audie Murphy American Art Museum.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, first question, raise your hand if you've been out to the museum in the last 5 years. Awesome, thank you. What I'm going to do today is tell you a little bit about a brand new project we are working on. And it all started about a little over a year ago, and a group of us got together and started brainstorming, thinking about ways that we could try and tell some of the stories that we have that we don't have artifacts on. It's really difficult to do that when you don't have room inside the museum. But what do we have? We have a lot of space. We have 10 acres to play with outside. So that's what we decided to do. We are creating 24 outdoor artistic educational panels that will take you on a journey through history. And you can also see there's a mock-up of these panels over at the table over there, so you're welcome to pick one up later. And what it is, it's going to be, like I said, we don't have many artifacts, so how do you turn that into an exhibit? We do it by using a combination of what few photographs we are finding, as well as being very creative with graphic artwork. All the research we're doing is our graphic artists are going to turn that into artwork, along with the few photos and some text, and of course we all know what QR codes are now, right? So they're going to be taking those QR codes for those that want even more information to take you to even more. Because that's what we want to do. We want to tell stories. We're storytellers. We want to tell stories, bring you into your history, and give you that chance to have fun while you're learning. Give you an example of just some of the topics we're going to be covering. Let's see how much you guys know. How many of you knew that during World War II, how important Major's Field was? They trained the 501st Mexican Squadron here in Hunt County. And they went on to serve during World War II in the Pacific Theater. We had, anybody recognize the name Billy Cook? Anybody? If you know anything about saddle making, well, Billy Cook was from our county, and he is nationally recognized for the saddles he made. That's just one of the reasons why we still to this day have so many saddle companies in this area, was all because of his influence. How important our Jewish history has been. And think about the businesses downtown. How many of you grew up going to a Schwartz store or Levy's Jewelry store? So that has been a significant influence as well. Talking about the importance of the black sections of town and how important that was to their community as people were growing up, and how has that changed and not changed over the years. Talking about the highway system. How many of you knew that the Bankhead Highway, the very first highway that ever came through, that was ever started, actually comes through Hunt County? You know, talking about I-30, and how has that impacted? You know, when I-30 came in, wonderful things, but also it really decimated downtown for a long time, and it's now starting to come back. So all of these little tidbits of history. We've got, okay, here's another one for you. Did y'all know we once had 10 of the top 500 Fortune companies in Hunt County? How many of them can y'all name? Shout them out. Any ideas? Yeah? We had Coca-Cola's one. We also had, let's see if I can read on my list. Papermate was here. Rubbermaid was here. Lance, his in Kickerton, Walker Manufacturing, LTVs, Cytec, Fleischmann's East, and one that I don't recognize that a lot of people do, wing doors. Y'all remember that? Yeah? So it's, and then talking also about our early industry. I mean, we have, how many of y'all knew back in the 1800s, down in Lonoke, there was an enterprising businessman that moved to the area and looked at all the wild horses that were in the area. And like, I can do something with that. He crossed the wild horses with donkeys and made mules and sold them everywhere, even as far up as Missouri. Made a ton of money selling them to ranches. I mean, you know, you've got the brick company in Wolf City, you've got so many things. One of my favorite stories, okay, during the suffrage movement, Mayo's wife at the university, she was protesting for the vote, and she walked from Commerce to Dallas wearing pants, along with a group of other people and children and their kids, during a time when you do not, as a female, wear pants. They were stopped by the Dallas police on the outskirts of Dallas and got in a lot of trouble for it. And she was like, no, I have every right to wear pants, just like everybody else. So, I mean, all these little fascinating parts of history, that's what we're going to take you on, is through this journey. And we want all of you guys to be there as part of it. So, thank you very much. And I have later, if you have questions, I'll be glad to answer any.
Thank you, Susan. I think you took my papers. So second, we have Trina Holbein with Senior Center Resources and Public Transit.
Hello. It's good to see all of you. On behalf of our Executive Director, Danny Allenball, and our Board of Directors, it's my privilege to tell you a little bit about the services that Script offers Hunt County, that offers to Hunt County, the senior community and the community at large.
Senior Center Resources and Public Transit formed in 1976 to serve Hunt County and the residents of Hunt County. And our transportation is open to all residents of Hunt County regardless of any age or ethnic status.
The connection bus is a wonderful way to get here. You can do it either way you want to. And, they're friendly, they're on time, they never forget you, they help you with anything that you bring on, and we have a lot of fun on the bus too.
Our nutrition department provides services for clients over 60 years of age with a hot meal daily delivered to their home.
The thing I enjoy most about volunteering with Meals on Wheels is that you're actually making a difference. And it's not just handing out food, it's more than that. Because we can make contact with the seniors that are in their homes. Sometimes we're the only people that the seniors see that day. And just being able to look them in the eye, to call them by name, to ask them how they're doing. It really does change their entire attitude. It shows us what it really means to be a part of the community.
Our services are aimed at enhancing the overall life of our senior citizens of Hunt County.
I have friends that I never had before. The fun we have when we go dance at some of the senior homes. We do festivals on the street dancing. And so there's something always going on.
We have our parking lot bingo, and we also have our senior health education classes that we offer.
Between the two departments, we serve about 5,000 residents in Hunt County every week.
Script is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. That was my cue to shut up. We are primarily funded by state and federal grants and private donations. The two programs, as you saw in the video, that you're probably most familiar with are our Meals on Wheels of Hunt County and the Connection, our public transit side. We are the only senior advocate center in Hunt County and the only public transportation in Hunt County. As of October 31st, 2022, our Meals on Wheels program has delivered 144,933 meals to at-risk seniors in Hunt County. I wish my staff could hear you, so I can hear you clapping like that. This includes 600 hot meals a day out of our industrial kitchen. Our transportation department, the Connection, makes an average of 6,000 trips a month all over Hunt County. Approximately 1,200 of those trips are for Hunt County senior citizens that are mostly done at no charge. We often help Beyond Meals and transportation with programs such as activities, reassurance check-ins, client caregiver education and training, support groups, and any other social or community needs. Some activities that our seniors have been given the opportunity to attend are the beloved weekly bingo. If you know, you know. Also our Fun Fridays, a Splash Day at Splash Kingdom, Movie Day at Majestic 12 Theater, State Fair Day, Community Thanksgiving Lunch, and this month we will be hosting karaoke, which they were doing today when we left, Christmas karaoke, an ugly Christmas sweater party, and a Polar Express PJ party at the end of the month. We will also probably have a visit from Mr. and Miss Claus, all of which would never be possible without the wonderful community partners that donate their time and funding for each event. With inflation rising, we, as many nonprofits, are feeling the pinch. Our November raw food cost was upwards of $30,000. How can you help? There are several ways. You can volunteer, make a private donation, or participate in our annual fundraising events. Last week, we hosted our inaugural Holiday Tree Spectacular. With the help of many of you that are sitting in this room right now and your donations, the event was a huge success for our agency. We are already planning for a bigger and better event in 2023. We will also be hosting our annual Spring Tea and Fashion Show on April 6, 2023. Stay tuned for more details on that. We appreciate the continued support of our community and the Chamber of Commerce. Without you, we can't do what we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Trina. Next, we have the Veterans Outpost with David Thompson.
I'm David Thompson. I'm the founder of Veterans Outpost and chief follow-up officer there. So I've had professionals who do this part of the job for me, but we're all out on their engagements. So basically, Veterans Outpost is going to start the video. This is our grand opening in November last year. We're exactly 1.5 miles out south of us. It is a 46-acre retreat that we're going to be having for veterans and veterans and law enforcement. How many veterans do we have in the house? How many law enforcement? This is going to be building. So I said, about a mile and a half from here, we're going to have e-climate therapy, bovine therapy. That's one of our speakers. And we will be hosting all sorts of other therapies, a lot of like Greenville and some other ones. We're also going to have training out there, archery. Our first goal is to have our event center built. We're in the process. We just raised $100,000 for building our event center. And we'll be building our cabins. Each of our cabins will sleep 6 to 8 guys plus one counselor. They'll work on PTSD. Gentleman right there at the dog, that's one of our new board members, Jason Morgan. He came to us as a board member, but he's a paraplegic, U.S. Air Force Special Operations. He has a best-selling book out right now and just sold a movie for it. That's why he's out on speaking again, as far as I know. And after reading this book, I realized there's a big section that I was missing out of our military, and that was the fact that our disabled vets. The biggest thing I got from this book was the fact that he was injured while his children were 1, 3, and 4, and they never knew him as a walking man. He was paraplegic. And he just talked about all the things he missed out on by not being good for this. So he's bringing to the table, redesigning the fingertips and there's this completely adaptive for all of the others to be able to come up and do this. This and next slide there. So this is on this, we have front apron, and just saw our flag raising. This is about 8 acres behind that. This is where we're doing our event center, hopefully 3 cabins. And we're going to have, that's what we're going to start off with soon. But we won't worry about it. That's, and then we have 30 acres behind that, but that's just our playground. That's where we have our ring, we have our ATV trails, our horseback trails. These are all photos from the property. We're going to do horseback riding. And we did talk about low line therapy. There's a reason why they have low line therapy. Those things are stupid. So we're not learning that. We have fishing on the property, hopefully we're building another property on and back just for those. So it's basically just going to be a place for veterans to get out and just relax and enjoy themselves. And let's see, we do have a really great backstory, but I want to go ahead and just show y'all a video about why we were really here. You set up. This is a gentleman that I met recently. This whole program of this, I had totally other plans for my life. We had this property on 7 acres before we started the Real Veterans Outpost. We were going to sell that. I was going to get a beach house and we were going to that. And I'll show you what a perfect schedule last night. But God. So again, it was put on us to take that money and build this estate. My wife and I put a lot of funds to get this built, and everything has gone smoothly. I kept saying, I don't want to be my right chair. Every time I needed something, that person came to my life. I was doing a fundraising. I didn't know anything about throwing an event. And they didn't talk about it. And he goes, I'll do that for you. And that's probably what he goes, you have this completely planned out about what you want to do, what you will not have. I said, I do not possess the ability to ask you for money. That's just not me. I would work on that off into myself. And then he can laugh and goes, I used to have that problem. And then walks Sarah in, our fundraising ladies now, just raised $107,000 at our last event on November 10th. And that's it. All the way along the line, I need something that I cannot do. That person walked in our life, right? Hopefully we're starting our construction. We're going to start hosting our parties this next year. We'll also be doing a lot of campfire counseling for our veterans. I'll let you know that, I don't know about y'all, but sitting in a little dark room at the VA with 6 other guys discussing our problems, just doing it. So we're going to be doing a lot of campfire counseling, and that works for us. We're going to talk to a lot of therapists, talk to other veterans and stories. But we bring it home, we're going to try to show you our story. We're going to play this quick video, and this will explain that. This is the exact problem with this.
Finally home safe, thank God you made it. Open arms, open hearts, been waiting to love you. Hello, smile, thank you for your service. Rooms run deep, hope they don't notice you're hurt inside. Friends and I expressed you.
keep fading away. 22 hearts that can't take the pain. They need you to stay in the spot. 22 tearing up, tearing down at the ready. And baby, keep your hands steady. Need you to survive. Soldiers out there, feel what you're feeling. Hell all around side, baby, it's time you're healing. You come so far now. 22 souls keep fading away. 22 hearts that can't take the pain. Need you to stay in the spine. 22 try to take over your mind. There's a purpose for your life. 22 souls just getting away. 22 hearts weighted down by pain. Witness to stay in this fight without you. 22 don't survive. 22
That should be a good enough closing right there. I'll just let you know that one last time, since I'm not a good speaker, I haven't run into David Grego at PTSD Foundation. I was like, man, I don't talk about it. I use some of your videos. We'll discuss it. I gave him my brother's, how did his theory. Y'all get to, I mean, anytime you want, however you want. So that kind of explains exactly what we're doing out there. We're trying to make a place for other veterans and law enforcement are having tough enough, this place to get together, and have community with other veterans. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, David. We appreciate it. Last, we're going to hear from Lori Cope with CASA, Warden County.
Hello, everyone. Following that video, got my eyes a little bit. I just want to say, there are so many people in the room that look here, and we talk about the pebbling pond and the ripples that we make. And I see so many of you that I know y'all are the pebbling pond. There are so many people in this room that give to the nonprofits, that give of their time, their money to support wonderful organizations that we have here in the county. We are so blessed to have so many people involved in helping others. And so I'm just honored to be able to stand here and talk to you about one of the nonprofits when there are so many here. Talk about the pebbles and the waves that those make. I mean, we are waving waves for these people who need help. That's a great video. Okay. CASA for Hunt County. We are the court-appointed special advocates for the Hunt County children who, by no fault of their own, have ended up in this overwhelmed foster care system. We provide screened and trained volunteers to advocate for these children so that they have an independent voice as they journey through this system. So I have a short video here to show, just to explain what CASA volunteers do. But then I want to talk to you about one of our brand new exciting programs that we're doing to help these children even more.
Strong support. Every child is born with a chance to dream, to learn, to play, and a chance to feel safe. But what happens when those chances disappear? For children placed in foster care, the chaos of being removed from home and placed in a new environment with new people, court dates, social worker visits, and new schools can be traumatic and hinder a child's desire to learn, play, and even dream. How can we give these kids the help they need? How can we give them all the chances they deserve? For that, we need CASA volunteers. What is a CASA? A CASA is a court-appointed special advocate. They help kids in foster care know there's someone by their side, committed to looking out for them. A CASA is not a superhero or a legal expert. CASAs come from different backgrounds, neighborhoods, and communities, just like the kids they help. To be a CASA, you don't need any professional training in social work or the legal system. All you need is the will to help. If you decide to become a CASA volunteer, you'll be trained to work with children in foster care, navigate the legal system, and speak in court. Once you've gone through training, you're appointed by a judge to help with the child's case. As a CASA, your job is to get to know the child as well as the parents and family, foster family, and everyone else involved. Judges count on CASA volunteers to keep them updated so they can make the best possible decisions for the child's physical and emotional well-being. CASA volunteers are one constant figure for the child, but they're not the only ones. CASAs never work alone. When you become a CASA, you'll work with a CASA staff member who will advise and support you through the entire process. You'll work with caseworkers, attorneys, and others to engage committed adults who will support the child and family. These adults can include members of a child's family of origin, foster family, teachers, faith communities, coaches, and friends. Together, they create a strong support network for the child and family. This support system helps develop a plan and set goals for the child and family going forward. Ideally, the plan will involve reunification with the child's parent or parents when safe and possible. When that's not the case, you may recommend that the child live with another relative or close family friend. Other possibilities may include searching for a loving adoptive home or preparing the child for adult living on their own. Regardless of the outcome, you'll keep in contact with the support network you've helped create until the case closes, so that everyone continues to put the best interests of the child first. If this support group stays committed, the child will have strong, stable adults who they can rely on for years to come. This leads to a greater sense of safety, happiness, and stability, better performance in school, and stronger peer relationships. There are thousands of children in foster care throughout Texas. By becoming a CASA volunteer, you can make sure they are safe and supported. Because every child has a chance. It's you. Find out more about how you can help by visiting becomeacasa.org.
So that gave you a little bit of background on what CASA volunteers do. And again, we are volunteer driven. We have volunteers who are what we call boots on the ground. They're the ones out there advocating for these children, a child or a sibling group. When this video talks about the family connections, that is something that we have learned as CASA as a whole, what we can do better. Our Texas CASA CEO, Vicki Spriggs, says when we know better, we do better. And we have learned that these family or family-like connections for these children are so important. And so one of the new programs that CASA for Hunt County is doing, and several CASA programs within the state are doing, is called Collaborative Family Engagement, CFE. And with this program, we are partnered with our local CPS caseworkers, and we work to help find these children's family connections. We see that the outcomes are so much better for these children for their entire life when they can now develop, find these family connections, and our volunteers are trained on how to use these tools to help these children. So let's think back, because some of y'all are thinking way back, but think about 3 homes you had as a child. And that's what we ask these children, and we draw it out and everything. And you think about, we ask these children, let's talk about the last 3 homes where you lived. And sometimes it's with their parents, sometimes it was with a grandparent, sometimes it was with their mom and maybe her best friend. But we ask them to think about, who were your support systems? Who were your people in that home that made you feel good, that did things for you? And from that, we can find maybe these connections for these kids. It maybe was a teacher in school they had 2 years ago. It could have been an uncle that lives out of state. It could have been just somebody that gives them a possible placement to keep these kids out of this overwhelmed foster care system. But it could also just be someone where, when they do age out of the system, they've got somewhere to go at Christmas. They got somebody to call when they have a flat tire. It's just building these connections for these children, because we know family. I mean, everyone, you know your family is important to you. Not every family is perfect, but it's your family. And when we take these kids out and we put them in the foster care system, and we say, oh, parents, you're not going to get them back because you can't meet the requirements to get them back, we don't want to just break off that family connection. We want to maintain that for them, build that for them. And as CASA volunteers, they are trained to be able to reach out to these people to say, hey, did you know that you have some neighbor kids or some relative kids in the system? A lot of times they never knew. So the tools that we use with the children so that they can tell us who was important to them. And that's what we are using funds for, to train these volunteers so that they can help the children of our county. Here in Hunt County, we are going to serve 100% each and every child that comes into the foster care system. With that, the services provided by our CASA volunteers saves this county a little over $160,000 every year by the services they provide for these children and the travel that they do for these children. Because many of you may not know that the kids from Hunt County that are removed and put into the foster care system, they're not placed here in Hunt County. There's not enough foster homes. Our volunteers travel into the Metroplex, to Waxahachie, to Houston, Austin, El Paso, to be able to see their kids face-to-face in their foster placement. So again, our new program that started in August of last year, we're really building it up, is collaborative family engagement. And so we're really proud of that program. It's something that is going to benefit the children of Hunt County.
So at this time, I am going to ask board members to come up here. Again, we had 3 board members to choose our nonprofit of the year. 2 of them that are here today are Mandy Stewart and David Ellis. They're going to present the 2022 nonprofit of the year, and they wouldn't even tell me.
All right, we'll try to be quick and get to the important information, but I just wanted to follow up with what Lori said and talk about the nonprofits that we have in our community. I know we have several board members here, several staff members that serve on some of the various nonprofits, and there's some people in this room that serve on multiple boards, and all of those organizations do great things for our communities and have an enormous impact on our community, and it wouldn't happen without their hard work and everything that they pour into their jobs, whether it's a paid job or not, most of the time, through the volunteerism, it's not paid, but, and obviously we wouldn't have success if it wasn't for our community who supports the various fundraisers, who helps share the mission, and comes to the chamber banquets or auctions so that we can give money away today. So thank you to all of you for doing that.
Again, I'm representing Greenville Chamber of on the executive board, and we formed a small team, as Mandy said. And there are so many nonprofit organizations in Greenville. They rely on your money. So contribute this Christmas season and just give with your heart to all these organizations. But we had 9 of them that gave us applications, and we looked them all over and said, oh my, they are all worthy to this money that's going to be awarded. And we struggled with it for a little bit, and talk and text and so forth. And so without further ado, we're going to announce this year's nonprofit of the year, and that would be Casa Hunt County. Thank you all for contributing to that, and be sure to go with Shelley next year as she does the casino night again, and we'll do it all again. Come on up, Lori Cole. Hey, Paul, you going to be able to cash that big piece of paper there? He says he will.
Before we end, I do want to recognize a couple more people. Holly Gocher's on our board. She came in. And then Summer Sparrow is here, who is the city manager. She came in also. Hopefully y'all got some food, Holly. So I do want to say congratulations to Casa. Just a few more things. We are taking reservations now for Hunt County Day. So those of you who want to go to Austin to help make a difference in Hunt County are welcome to attend. We are going March 1st and 2nd. We're going to be meeting with Senator Paxton and Representative Slayton to discuss our needs for Hunt County. So those needs include education, healthcare, taxation, tourism, technology, infrastructure, utilities, transportation, and economic development. So if you're interested in any of those categories, please register online. And if you have questions about it, you can ask any of the chamber employees, and we'll be happy to talk to you about it. So those reservations for Hunt County Days need to be made by January 30th, and we do have a block of rooms, and I believe we only have 2 rooms left in that block. I did provide to mention earlier too that we have a Hunt County Senior Service Alliance, which is through the chamber. And they are servicing 350 seniors this year and are low on funds. So if you want to have it in your heart to help out seniors, citizens this year for a blessing box, you can donate on our website, or talk to Trina over there, who spoke earlier. I want you to please join us tonight at the parade downtown at 6 o'clock, which is hosted by the city of Greenville. There's going to be a watch party at the municipal building beginning at 5 with a petting zoo and letters to Santa. And then after the parade, there's going to be a movie being shown in the GMA called Pups Alone. So that sounds fun. So bring your kids, bring your family, bring your friends, and come downtown tonight at 6 o'clock or 5. I think that's it. I want to thank you for coming. Make sure to shop local. What? We do have Grinchmas tomorrow at our place. The Grinch will be there taking pictures. Last year we took 200 pictures, by the way. Santa's coming this year, and Mrs. Paul, so we hope they don't get into a fight, Santa and Grinch. We've already had some pictures on social media with those two. Anyways, that is from 10 to 1, and it is at the chamber, the county parking lot behind the chamber. So if you want to come out. It is going to be a nice day tomorrow, a little cool, but it's going to be sunny. So please come out. Thank you again for coming today. Make sure you shop local this season, and may your holidays be filled with peace, love, and laughter.
I own an electric company.
I own a power plant.
I own an internet provider.
Because I'm the owner, real people answer my calls.
Since I'm the owner, I can walk right in and talk to people face to face.
As an owner, a technician comes to my house to make sure my internet problem is fixed right.
At GEUS, we treat you like you own the place because you do. GEUS, true local ownership.
This video has been brought to you by GEUS 34. GEUS is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.